All right, well here we are at my exhibition tonight in LA. It's called The Seconds Pass, which is a line I lifted from an old poem by Mike Vallely, actually. I never even thought that this would become a show. It's just something you do as a photographer. You just have a camera and you shoot as you're cruising around, and then maybe like, you know, so obviously on skate tours and driving, I live in Orange County, so driving back and forth to LA all the time, it's like, I started thinking like, man, I have so many from the car photos, maybe it could be a show or something someday. That's kind of the gist of it, that's the concept. I mean, for me normally, when someone gives me a space like this, I fill it with hundreds and hundreds of photos, like a big cluster. So to have this like really minimal single line show is a really a departure for me. And that's the whole idea, is that it's in one strip, and as you walk through it, you kind of just pass it, the photos pass you by as you're walking, just like the same as in a car. Obviously this show isn't about skateboarding, but because I'm a skateboarder and a lot of the stuff came from driving on tours, it's like tied to skateboarding, but kind of only if you're a skater will you really get it. So for instance, here's like a shot with Atiba and Eric Ellington, and then this is from a tour too. You can see the porn on the dashboard and the fireworks, and this was non-related to skateboarding too, but I was out on a photo session with Scott Pommier a couple years ago. Jay Leno drove up in this beast. And obviously this girl, I don't think had a bra on, so I mean, I was just like thinking I was gonna get a nip slip right here or something, but there's Kevin, our filmer from Toy Machine, in his hometown of Kansas City. So he's looking at her and she's looking up at the sky. And that's like super Orange County to have an old guy cruising around on a Rascal scooter. There's some fucked road we went up on in Chile on a skateboard tour. This is the only photo in the show I didn't shoot myself. And then it's also the only photo with nudity in it, which is strange, because usually my shows have their fair share of nudity. Jim Greco and Andrew Reynolds lived in Huntington Beach, you know, and Jim had this roll of film, and he's just like, yeah, look at all, I got so many shenanigans on this film, you're gonna love it. You know, most of my shows part of it is telling the story about skateboarding and the lifestyle of skateboarding, and so these photos of that Jim shot on this tour in '98 kind of like fit within my storytelling, I guess, too. Yeah, almost all these come from skate tours. I mean, 90% of skateboarding is driving to the spot. I kind of shot the photo at the instant that the dudes in the front of the van started catcalling this girl. So I think she looked over at him like, what the fuck? And then it made me super embarrassed, because I was like, I don't want to be in the car with these dudes catcalling this girl, making her feel awkward. Buck Fush. I think I got here right when the cops got here to kick this guy off the street. And your brain sees fuck Bush instantly, but this is an accident happening. Driving up to 5 from San Diego, literally had a camera in my hand, and then this guy started spinning, and I was actually shooting him spinning, so he's like completely backwards now. And there's like, you can see in the other car sideways up there, a semi-truck had flipped off the road and was on fire, and I think we just drove by. This one's kind of funny. After 9/11, everyone was like getting ready to go to war. There was these anti-war protests going down, and these kids set up across the street with a Nukem sign. So I was able to like take this photo of a guy wearing a gas mask, and this guy in Portland from like '95 or something, and then like a recent photo, and just make this little piece that's kind of like whatever, has a little statement, sort of a not so hidden message. Threw a self-portrait in there. Nothing was ever shot. Like I never went driving to get a photo, like to finish a series or something. It was literally every single photo was shot going from point A to point B for some other reason. So enjoy.